is day 25 of the 30-day discipline challenge, in which these are the rules for the next 30 days. 1 workout every day. 1 meditation every day. Read 5 pages of a book every day. No social media except for allowing myself to post on YouTube. No ultra-processed food and no watching any TV, videos or any content. I'll also be sharing my screen time at the end of the video so you can see I'm not cheating. And today I have some exciting news. The free 30-day discipline challenge course and community are now live. And so if you're interested in building up better habits with access to free resources and tips and joining a supportive group of like-minded people who will help to hold you accountable, then click the top link in the video description to join today, and I'll be sharing more details on this later on. Without further ado, today is Tuesday, July the 8th. Let's get into it. It's 5:30. This morning my Garmin watch sent me a notification and it said, your predicted fitness age is 19, which is 7 years younger than what I am. And it said you're in the top 5% of fitness for your age and gender. And I was just thinking, Garmin, you really do know how to treat a lady, don't you? Just ask me out for dinner. I'll say yes. No, but it's cool to see that. It gives me a bit of an ego boost. Today's breakfast is a big bowl of oats with some peanut butter, apple, cinnamon and banana. A pure comfort breakfast because I'm feeling so tired today. This morning I got into some work. I then did 20 minutes of yoga and took the dogs for a walk. And yeah, I think my hormones are just all a bit all over the place, so I'm just tired. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, the free 30-day discipline challenge course and community are now live, where the focus is simple: to build up 1 habit over the next 30 days. When you narrow your focus down to 1 habit, this is what helps make it more manageable and actually creates real lasting change. I've created this challenge to help you stick with it through daily accountability, structure and support from a community of like-minded people who are also working on improving themselves. And it's open to anyone, no matter what stage in your journey you are at. Inside you'll find some free resources and tips on habits such as exercise, eating better, how to reduce your screen time. Plus there's a downloadable workbook, and I've included a few short videos to help guide you in other ways. I wanted to launch this quickly so that we could start building the momentum together, but ultimately it's still in its early days. And so I'm still going to be adding new content and resources to help keep things helpful and fresh. I'll also be posting in the community every day, offering support and encouragement. Once you join, you'll see a quick intro guide, and I'd love for you to make a quick introduction post in the community on the habit that you'll be working on. This will help others to feel connected and motivated to share their journeys too. And so if you haven't already, click the link in the top of the video description, and I hope to see you inside the challenge. Lunch is some tuna and egg mixture on crackers, and then some yogurt and raspberries. So I want to talk about the term victim mentality, as this is a mindset that I think keeps so many people stuck, and it kept me stuck for so many years too. But victim mentality is when someone believes that bad things constantly happen to them and that there's nothing that they can do about it, or it's never their fault. They often feel powerless and feel like they have no control over their life, and they often blame other people, or they blame external circumstances, or they blame the government, or they blame bad luck, even though there is actually something they could do to change their situation. For example, a common one is when someone says that they hate their job. They're not making enough money, they don't like their boss, they hate having to commute every single day, and so every day they just live in this misery, but they never think of applying for a different job. They don't look for any new opportunities, and they don't take any steps to actually change their situation. And it's not that they can't do it, but it's that they feel stuck and they can't see a way out. And I once heard this metaphor that I really liked, and it said life is like a recipe, and every single one of us is given different ingredients. And some people, they get the best ingredients. They get given the steak, they get given the garlic butter, the potatoes, all the nice and fancy ingredients to cook up a tasty dish. But some of us are given the scraps. Maybe we're given the canned beans, you know, those ones that are in the back of your mom's cupboard that she never touches. We're given a few random spices that don't even seem like they go together. But what matters most isn't what ingredients you were given, but what you choose to do with them. And you've got 2 choices. You can either spend your life looking at other people's plates wishing that you had what they had. Or you can be like, okay, this is what I've got. What am I gonna do to make this taste amazing? And maybe you'll need to get creative. Maybe you'll need to study some of the ingredients that you have. Maybe you'll need to experiment with different flavors, or find people who have had similar ingredients to you and learn from them as to what they've done. And this is how you escape the victim mentality, by realizing that you have a choice of how you respond to your situation, and that your life doesn't have to be dictated by your external circumstances. And I used to be a full victim, by the way. After I had come out from spending 4 years living in a psychiatric hospital with depression and anxiety, when I came out, I felt like I was so behind everyone else. Everyone around me was living this normal life. They were having a boyfriend, they were having fun, they were studying, and I just felt like a total outcast. I had no qualifications because I left school when I was 15. I had social anxiety, and so I would just stay in my room all day. And I would literally just lie in bed all day, scrolling on my phone, looking at other people's lives on Instagram, on TikTok, and I would just feel sorry for myself. And one day it hit me that if I don't do anything to change my situation, I'm probably gonna be in this exact same position in 5 years' time. Hating my life, hating what happened to me, hating the world, feeling jealous of these other people who had been given better ingredients than me. And so I had two choices: live a miserable life, or actually do something to change my situation. And that's when I started taking action. I started pushing myself to go out more. I started facing my fears and speaking to people, even though I felt sick. I went back to college to study and get some qualifications. I started going to different job interviews. I started reading books and learning from other people who had also been given similar ingredients, and I was starting to learn what did they do. And slowly over time, my life started to get better. And now 5 years later, I'm living my best life, totally free from social anxiety, free from depression. And it's not because life got any easier, but it's because I stopped waiting around for something to just change. And instead, I decided to take back control and respond in a different way. And I'll be honest, it's hard work. Of course it is. And it's painful to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that the person who is holding you back is you. It's so much easier to blame other people, or blame the government, or blame taxes, or blame your external circumstances, because that gives us a temporary sense of comfort, and it means that then we don't have to actually do the hard work to change our situation. But this temporary comfort also keeps you stuck. The truth is, every day we have choices. You can choose to scroll on your phone all day, or you can choose to get up and go outside for a walk. You can choose to stay in the same job, or you can choose to start looking for something better. You can choose to stay in the toxic relationship, or you can choose to get up and leave. You can choose to keep repeating the same pattern, or you can be like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, and today I'm going to do something different. Nothing will change unless something changes. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can choose our response. And the moment you stop waiting for someone to come and save you, but instead you choose to save yourself, that's when everything will begin to shift. And so I encourage you to start asking yourself the question, what can I do to change my situation? This thing that I'm unhappy with in my life, what can I do about it? Is there a solution that I can take, even though it's hard, but to make this situation better? Do I want to continue the way I am, or do I want to start taking steps towards a better life? The choice is up to us, and yes, it is hard work, but trust me, speaking from personal experience, what's on the other side is so worth it. And so keep that phrase in your head. What can I do? Because there's usually always something we can do to make our situation better. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry, and what can I do about it? I can go and eat. It's currently 6:10. I've just had some dinner, which was like some Asian rice dish with an egg on top, and I am boiling alive, so I'm going down to the beach by myself. I'm gonna go for a swim. I want to move my body, but it's too hot to do anything here, and just chill out and rest my mind. Day 25 is complete. Okay, it is 8:40. Had a lovely dip in the sea, read my book. I'm feeling all relaxed, and I've just started a new book, so I'm excited to get into that. Let's do screen time check. Today will be a good day because I haven't even touched my phone. It's been in the corner of the room. So today is 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good going. And that's it. Another successful day. The challenge is coming to its end. Oh my god. And I will see you tomorrow.